there, campers! Today, I'm going to show you some handy camping tips and tricks that are great for car camping when you can park at the campsite. Make sure to watch the video to the end, for we have some amazing food tips for camping, which is something we don't usually feature in our channel. So, without any further delays, let's get started. For our first tip, we recommend packing some stasher bags. These are silicone bags, which are a great must-have for campers to store any leftover food, and for those who enjoy cooking outside. Imagine, you just finished cooking dinner, and you have all of these leftovers, peels, and trash lying around. The stasher bags come in handy. You can put leftover food in here, and then just slide these into the cooler. So, packing some of these is definitely one of my favorite tips. Next up is you should bring with you some of these gelato containers. These containers have a screw-on lid, which are very sturdy. They are strong for storing not only food items, but also things like cords and small items that you may need for camping. You can put some of these containers in your backpack and fill them with things like instant rice or pancake mix. This way, you don't have to carry a big box of these things, but just enough for a few servings. Another camping tip is to have fire starters with you, simply because they make starting a fire much easier. Some bring their homemade fire starters to camp, or even just pack some dryer lint with them because they are also good fire starters. For these ones though, they are made with things that you can probably have at home, and they last for about 10 minutes. You can store them in camping bins and use them whenever you need to start a fire quickly. Up next are some cooler hacks. Some tips for using a cooler are, instead of buying ice cubes from the store, just freeze some gallon Gatorade containers with water. They stay frozen longer than store-bought ice cubes and keep the cooler cold longer. Also, if you run out of water or can't refill your water jug, you can drink the water as it melts. You don't have to drain it out of the cooler like store-bought ice cubes. This is one of our best camping tips. What's more is you can take these containers home and freeze them again for the next camping trip. Quick plug, for a more in-depth video on 10 amazing cooler hacks, please check our recent video right here. Links in the description below. Next hack is to wash all your vegetables at home before you go camping. This way, you don't have to wash them at the campsite, where water and sinks are scarce. You can just start cutting and cooking your meals. For example, you can use some chicken sausages and store them in stasher bags. Also, they are easy to keep in the cooler. A useful tip or hack is to have cash with you, especially small bills like $1 and $5. Many times, you need the exact amount of money for the camping fee. How many times have you been camping and you didn't have the right money? Sometimes you would have to give more money or even ask other campers for change. That can be very annoying. So, it's better to have a lot of small bills or check the camping fee before you go. This will make things easier when you are at the campsite. Another amazing hack we have is to keep everything organized with bins. You can have 2 bins. The first one would have all the things you need for camp cooking, like a cast iron pan, a pot, some silverware, plates, a spatula, and so on. Make sure you don't put food in the first bin, because the other one would have pantry items and snacks, and your coffee and other food items. It's always nice to have 2 bins so you always know where to find things. Another advantage is that when you come back home from camping, you can easily clean and wash anything that is dirty and then put it back in the bins. This way, you are ready for your next camping trip. You don't have to pack a lot of things because you have everything organized in the bins. It's also nice to have some set of spices in the pantry bin, like salt, pepper, and other common spices that you frequently use in cooking. You can store them in the second bin. This makes packing easier when you go camping. You can also keep things like mac and cheese, ramen, and storable Indian food in the pantry bin. These are things that don't spoil easily. It's quite neat to always have them in the bin, so you have some extra or backup dinner options. If you forget an ingredient for something else that you want to cook, or you want to stay longer, you will always have some other meals in the bin. This makes camping much easier. Well guys, don't let camping gear stress you out. Just stay organized, use some bins, have a second set of spices, and stock up on some pantry items. This will make your camping experience much better. I hope you found these camping tips and hacks useful for your next camping trip. Which of these camping tips and tricks are you implementing for your next hike? Share your own experiences and personal tips with us in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content you see here. Until next time, happy trails!